Alright, we good to go? Ready for a countdown? Alright, so countdown is basically when I say yes on choose as profile. So 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so this is Shovel Knight Specter of Torment. It's basically an expansion pack to the original Shovel Knight. It's basically a retro mashup of a whole bunch of stuff. So, in this expansion, you're playing as one of Shovel Knight's foes, Specter Knight, who has a different set of abilities. He can slash stuff, dash on things, climb up walls, all that stuff. So, this is the intro stage. There's not a lot to this stage, but I will be collecting red skulls while I'm here. Those red skulls are important. When I get to the hub later, I can use them to buy sub-weapons. I'm gonna be needing about 15 of them throughout the run. 6 from this intro stage. Oops. That's not supposed to happen. Alright, whatever. So, I'm gonna do a backwards damage boost on this dragon. That's too slow to kill. And then those top blocks there have some slimes. That's gonna be another damage boost. Oh, oops. I forgot to destroy these blocks. That's alright. Alright, then we get to Slime Mountain, which can be a tricky room. Oops. Yeah. That's alright. Get through that. There are some enemies that you can double dash off of if you position yourself just right. You saw that there. And then there's another red skull right here. A little tricky, but that's fine. There's a Willful Wisp there if you need to upgrade your health. I'm not going to be doing that in this run. I'm just going to run straight through with my default health. But for any beginning runners, I recommend you grab that. Bounce off this dragon, get another skull here. Whoa, that was close. Alright, you don't have to climb up this ladder. You can just jump up the wall like that. Damage boost here. That's going to bring us pretty close to the boss of this stage. Oops. Yeah, you gotta watch your angle when you're dashing off of things. Ouch. I'm gonna grab the health just to be safe. Alright, this brings us to Black Knight. He's basically Shovel Knight's rival, or whatnot, and he's gonna be riding a turtle this time. But this fight's not too bad. This is like the only incarnation of Black Knight that's trivial. I'm just gonna be bouncing him against the wall here, using that second waterfall as a visual cue. At 4 hits left, he's going to rear up the turtle, but he's dead. You want that turtle as far to the right as possible because you got to wait for it to bash through the wall after this. Looking at gold, I'm at 1598, which is about where I expect to be. Gold's going to be pretty important for the first few stages. After this intro stage, we're going back to the hub, where we basically get some plot exposition. Enchantress is like, hey, you need to recruit knights for me. I'm evil. And then we're just going to go through here, dash off that armor. There's a skull hidden in there and some money. And then, unlike in Shovel Knight, every stage is open from the beginning. So we're going to go straight to Flying Machine. And that's going to be a trip because that's one of the harder stages. Although not too bad in a speedrun setting. There's a couple of reasons for that. So, first of all, we need a lot of money, and we need it fast. Flying Machine is one of the harder stages, so we're going to get 3,000 gold just for completing it. Those wall gems, by the way, I don't normally grab them in a run. That's for marathon safety. Wait here. Grab that red skull. Since I'm fast enough, I can dash off this bottom one. If you need more health, there's another wisp up there. Oh, and these checkpoints, you can break them. It's a risk-reward thing. You get extra money, but you also won't be able to respawn there if you die. And so, you know, we're already in a hard stage, and we're breaking checkpoints. So that can be pretty nerve-wracking to newer runners. This is the Dinghy Dropper. He's a mini-boss. He takes about 14 hits, but the bombs do too, and then he's dead. Alright, so normally we would break that checkpoint, but I don't want to go the whole stage without checkpoints, so that's what the wall gems earlier were for. So this is gonna bring us to the auto-scroller, and there's not a lot to do here except swag. Yeah, let's run laps around there. That's fun. Oh, and you pretty much grab all the money and skulls in this part of the level, because why not? Oh, so right after this room, there are some fans. They're on a global cycle from the moment the stage begins. If you're fast enough, you can make the cycle. As for this checkpoint here, I'd like to leave it up, but it's worth 750. I can't leave this one up. And I missed the cycle, that's fine. Okay, that's the last red skull we're gonna need from this stage. We want to leave the stage with 13. This room can be scary. It usually doesn't go wrong. And we're fine. This brings us to the triple Jawa room. This is the toughest room in this stage because these guys like to blow you off platforms and they are hard to hit. Oh, well, we're fine. Yeah, they tend to blow you off platforms and that's no fun. Alright, I actually have a lot of gold for this part. So I absolutely need to be at 5,400 gold here. I expect to be around 5,600, so I've got extra. Okay, so this is Propeller Knight. He's basically going to be 2 phases. Yeah, I got about 10 hits on the first phase. That's good. Oops. That was a pretty decent fight. Yeah, you basically just slash at him. One thing I did not mention is that bosses basically do not have iframes. Instead, one attack is 1 hit. So that gets really fun really fast. Alright, so the second reason we did Flying Machine is because that unlocks a curio here. We're going to be buying Judgement Rush, and it's going to be fairly obvious why in just a second. They're going to take us to this little substage to show off the Judgement Rush. And as you can see, I'm going right through walls. So, the other reason we did that stage is we're going to use 2,400 gold to unlock this guy. And then 6,000 to unlock Rail Mail, which will allow us to slide everywhere on our scythe and look cool. Alright, so there's actually 2 different any % routes, and this is where they diverge. I'm going to the Explodatorium so that I can unlock the Bounding Soul Curio. If you were doing the older, easier route, you would go to Lich Yard instead to unlock Skeletal Sentry. Alright, so I'm trying to move through these rooms fairly quick, because there are some pots that are on a global cycle. And so I'm trying to get to them as fast as possible to make the correct cycle. This actually looks pretty good so far. I've got time to break this checkpoint, because I still... Oops. I think I just missed the cycle. I missed it. That was close. Alright, we need 2 more red skulls from this stage. 1 right there. Judgement Rush to go through there. And then the second red skull is right here. Ouch. This room is kind of long and tricky, but you can just damage boost like that. Slash through that slime. 2 more for this one. Ouch. That's bad. Whoa. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. Judgement Rush for safety there. Okay, this is the Alchemizer, next mini-boss. He's... I'm basically sliding through him to get as many hits as... Ouch. I don't want to bonk the wall there. That's one of the risks of Rail Mail, is that you can bonk into walls and you'll just fall on your butt. Okay, that allowed me to make this fire cycle. That's alright. This room can be kind of tricky. If you make the right cycle, then you can go through it quick like this. But if you end up behind, then you gotta wait for the fire. because you can't really bulldoze your way through it unless you're on the right timing. Oops. Alright, I think that's the last checkpoint we're breaking. Alright, we're coming up on Plague Knight. I have enough health for this. Plague Knight is one of the reasons Bounding Soul route is a little harder, because you're basically fighting him with just your scythe, and he jumps a lot, like that. And then he starts making clones. You can tell which one's the real one, because he's holding a blue flask, and he's a darker shade of green. Uh-oh. This fight's going off the rails a little bit. There we go, he's alright. Yeah, Plague Knight usually is okay, but he can get out of control if you get a bad pattern. Okay, this is going to bring us to the first flashback. This is Memory of Adventure, where you see the adventuring duo of Donovan and Luon. Luon's basically there in the background to act as a lantern to dash off of. There's a gem in the block there, and then Luon's helping me out here. I sometimes have to wait for him to get into position, but I don't need him here. Memory is a good opportunity to get some gold if you're missing it. There's some gems in the wall below, but I don't need them. And then if you're really low, there are gems to the right here. But I'm expecting to be at about 4,000 gold here, and I'm way above that. And that's it for Memory 1. So now that we're back here, we're going to get our second curio. Because Judgement Rush is a very good movement curio, but it's not very useful during boss fights. So we're going to go get Bounding Soul. And this thing uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's bad. Yeah, that didn't go as planned. Let's try it again. That time didn't count. Okay, yeah, it basically goes at an angle and bounces off walls, and you can fire 2 at a time. So that might not seem too significant, but wait. You'll see later. Coming up next is Lost City. One of the reasons we do this stage next is that Bounding Soul really doesn't help much here, but also because of menu movement. So this level is a notorious run killer, because there's lava everywhere and difficult tricks everywhere, and if you mess up, you're probably gonna fall and die. Uh-oh. Alright, that slime cooperated. Okay, I'm gonna go for a double dash here, hopefully... Uh-oh. I was gonna go for a double dash there to get rid of those blocks, but that didn't work. So this is Beetle 1. It's basically a pseudo auto-scroller, except we don't want to ride it. It's too slow. We're just gonna jump over everything like that. So in this next room, you kind of want to move quick, because those lanterns are on a cycle. If you make this cycle, you'll have enough speed to jump over this lava pit. And in here, Judgement Rush is not the fastest option through there, but it is safe. Yeah, there's a lot of very tricky movement here. Like, right there. It's really hard to explain it on the go. Oh. Green slimes will solidify the lava so that you bounce off of it instead of it killing you. And there's our first use of the Bounding Soul. You can use it to interact with stage environments. That's pretty useful. And then this trick I didn't mention here is Judgment Stall. If you have no targets, you'll reset your momentum, and that allows you to keep climbing, because Specter Knight cannot climb very far. This brings us to Beetle 2, and again, we don't... Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, some of that movement can be finicky and precise, but that's alright. That's what this checkpoint is for, and I'm pretty glad I don't have to break any more checkpoints. Well, we'll see. I'm actually a little short on gold because of that death. Alright, so I'm going to do the safe way through this room. Jump and Judgment Stall. you don't want to solidify the lava. It's too slow. Okay, since I'm a little short on gold, I will break this checkpoint. That's because Mole Knight is really not much of a threat. I'm basically going to get in a couple hits here as he passes through. Go to the right wall. Uh-oh. That's a bad fight. That's alright, though. He didn't go into his enrage attack. You want to kill him before he digs. Anyways, this puts us at 6,600 gold, which is a little bit short. I want to be above 7,000, but I've got a backup. So, for the first time and only time, we're going to go upstairs here. Since I'm short on gold, I'm going to talk to this guy, and he's going to give me some. What a pal. Then I need 3,000 gold to unlock this thing. And then 4,000 to upgrade my Bounding Soul. And so, this is going to get really fun, really fast. Because an upgraded Bounding Soul, you can have 4 on screen, and it now passes through enemies when it hits them. This fight is highly technical, so unfortunately, I need to focus on it. Okay, that didn't quite go as planned, but he at least did not get off his teleport attack. Oops. Alright, this brings us to the 4th stage, Iron Whale, where Treasure Knight resides. This is your basic water level, and it basically uses Mega Man physics for water. You jump high and you fall slow, which makes it not too bad. There's not very much in this stage that's difficult. Quick jump there to get momentum. Whoa. I never get that. Shoutouts to Steelheart. So one thing I did not mention is that Rail Mail allows you to skate over spikes. That's really cool and handy. That room's a little trickier than it looks. I got enough darkness here. Yeah, I'm skipping that checkpoint. I don't need it. Because I want to rush here. Okay, my gold's fine. There's a gem in the wall here that I would grab if I was below 1,600. So I'm not grabbing it. This is going to bring us to the next mini-boss. This giant fishy is called the Teethalon, and we're basically going to go along in an auto-scroller for a bit. But the Shovel Knight community likes to call this the 420 fish. And the reason for that is that it moves around a bit, the movement's RNG, and it has a habit of going a little too high. But he's not going to be a problem for Specter Knight here, because I can just throw out as many Bounding Souls as I need to kill him. Alright, so watch out for this little trick here. I can dash off that clump there and skip a room. Coming up soon is the room with a giant fish. I think it's called a lunker or something, but we call it Big Bertha. Uh-oh. Because she does 2 full circles of damage if she hits you. Now, these anchors can kill her, and I luckily got a... Well, I went through the room slow, so they did kill her. But that room can be really scary at times. Sometimes this missile room cooperates, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, I'm at 2,000 gold, which is where I want to be. So, coming up next is Treasure Knight. Try not to blink, because this battle station is fully operational. Bam! Got him. So, the thing about one attack, one hit, the Bounding Soul when it bounces off the walls, hits again. That makes it an extremely powerful weapon, and every single boss in the game is going to die quick to this one thing. So, you may have seen a couple of the wisps in the stage that I didn't pick up. Missy here will have them for you, and we'll sell them to you. So basically, I missed a darkness wisp in the stage, but that's on purpose because I can just buy it from Missy. That's faster. Alright, this is Lich Yard. There's not too much to Lich Yard. It gets a little dark. But basically, you're just going to be skating through. A lot of precise movement. I'm going to do... Oops. That is not intended. Alright, there we go. I'm back. Alright, these rooms get a little dark, which is kind of bad if you're playing casual, but not too bad if you're speedrunning. And you get these walls that appear, you know, you just know where they are. So this room can be highly technical, but at this... Whoa, that's not what it's supposed to do. Alright, whatever. There's a darkness wisp to the left there, but I'm not going to be grabbing it. You can Judgement Rush to get to that ghost there, but it's faster to just rail. The Judgement Rush is not quite as fast as it appears. So I could Judgement Rush through here too, but I need to keep my darkness as full as possible. Because coming up next is Phantom Striker, who is, he's not too hard. Not anymore, at least. I'm basically going for the 2 cycle. Hold on a sec. That's bad. Okay. I haven't done enough damage, so this is going to be a 3 cycle. There we go. So yeah, we tried to press king him into joining the Order of No Quarter, but he's like, nah. Okay, this is going to bring us to the second memory. This memory is going to start off with a long hallway, and so we basically need Luan to run through it as quick as possible. No stopping, no doubling back. So, go Luan, go! Go Luan, go! Go Luan, go! Go, go, go! He went! That saves about a second, because then you don't have to wait for him. Oh, and he gave us caltrops for free at the beginning there. I should have mentioned that. These things, you basically lay them down, and anybody who walks over them, hurt their feet. That's going to be really important toward the end of this memory. Because right here, we got a boss fight. We're going to be fighting Shield Knight herself. You can't hit her from in front, so you basically got to do some highly technical stuff, lay caltrops in her path, hit her from behind. Whoa. That was a very weird pattern. Alright, got her. She can be really tricky at times. If things go off rails, then you're in for the fight of your life. Alright, we won't be getting anything from the hub this time. We need one more darkness upgrade, but we don't have enough money for it. They cost 4,000. So this is Clockwork Tower. It's a very long stage, and not too difficult, but there's pretty much no checkpoints along the way, and there are 2 auto-scrollers. I'm basically watching my darkness here. I want to kill this thing, get that. Ouch. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, that checkpoint, way out of the way. We can't detour to get it. This crush room's a little tricky. You're basically gonna be trying to make a specific pattern. I'm gonna rush it, and I made it. Alright, I've got enough darkness for 2 rushes. Gonna do 1 here, rail down here, bounce off this guy, and then I can just rush through here too. And there's another checkpoint here. It too is out of the way. I'm not getting that one. This brings us to the first auto-scroller. There's really not much to say about this. I mean, all the gold I'm collecting here, not even necessary anymore. Oh yeah, there is some swag you can do here. Try not to go too into it, but it's this auto-scroller is boring. Alright, there's a checkpoint in the room after this one that's only a little bit out of the way, so we will actually grab this one, just to be safe. Besides, my health's a little low. If you're fast enough, you can Judgement Rush through here. And there's health in there. So there's a neat little trick here. You can bounce off that gear like that. Then we're going to skip the next 2 rooms using the Judgement Rush. And then in this room right here, there's a Duck Knight. We're going to bait a jump out of him and just go this way. Which brings us to the second auto-scroller. You can kill this guy with 3 slashes and a dash. Yeah. So I actually can't go too fast here because some stuff spawns a little before you see it, but only a little before. So it's possible to get stuck on a ceiling if you go too fast. So just wait for this. Alright, we're coming up on Tinker Knight, who's a lot harder than he appears because you don't have his insta-kill weapon from the original campaign. And instead he has it, and it can do a full circle of damage. It might hurt. Whoa. That was a near perfect fight.
Wow.
But this brings us to Tinker 2. Yeah. Who also isn't too hard, but you really don't want to fall. Yeah, he goes back and forth like that. But as long as you don't fall, then he's a piece of cake. I'm going to just fall here. It's slower, but I can do it now.
Is the boss down?
Alright, after that stage, we're getting our last darkness upgrade. Oh, and before we go into the next stage, be sure to say hi to Baz, everyone. He's gonna come in, flex for a bit, we tell him to get lost, and then he gets lost. Bye, Baz.
Get out of there.
He really wanted to join us, but we said no. Alright, this is probably my favorite stage, Pridemore Keep. This is where King Knight resides. And I love this stage because basically every room has a trick of some sort. And it's all different, all variable, and all fun. Yeah, just a couple of Judgement Rushes there. But then in the next room, there's a lone security guard that we call Paul Blart. Say hi to Paul Blart. Say bye to Paul Blart.
Bye, Paul Blart.
Oh yeah, and we're supposed to use that book to create some platforms, but we don't need it for that room, nor this one. Rails on spikes, lots of fun. Ah, missed the timing on that. Okay, this dinner plate has a random chance of a bomb, but luckily we got food.
What was that bird?
Yeah. Oops, that's not supposed to... Alright. Alright, whatever, we can recover from that. Alright, Bounding Soul here to activate the book, because this is fast. And then we do need to hit this book. We will need these platforms this time. Judgement Rush here. We're going to damage boost off the lava there. That's not too tricky. It's easier than it looks. But this is going to be fun because most bosses have food right before them. But in order to get food from King Knight, we would have had to kill the Griffin. And, well, no. We're going in here with half health. And he's a little harder than he appears. Because, uh-oh. Yeah, he busts the floor up. But, and so you get some RNG there, and you basically have to adjust. But he's not too bad of a boss fight.
Ooh. Can we get some hype?
And then this brings us to the third memory, which is basically just a cutscene that we can skip. But basically, Enchantress is like, "Yar, you're evil now." Well, eviler. So, there's one more stage before we go to the final stages. So this is a stranded ship, Polar Knight stage. And this is basically the level that introduces the rail mechanic that we've been using all game to speed through everything. It too is highly technical because you have to preserve your darkness. You basically need it for nearly every room, and some tricks just have to be skipped because you don't have the darkness for it. Yeah, the important thing about those rails is that blue makes you go right and red makes you go left. And you can't change the direction. Okay, this is the rainbow bird. Hold on. There we go, got the one cycle. It takes 12 hits to kill that thing, and it can be a little precise.
Nice.
Oops. Good thing I was holding down there,
Don't
because that
want
could
to
have
walk on
killed me.
those.
So Patwa actually discovered that if you rail there, you can actually dash off this thing and get up there.
Why didn't you get that checkpoint right there?
Oh, and a Bounding Soul to get both those switches. Judgment Stall here to get all the way over here without having to hit another. And then you can dash to the other side of this wall here, basically skip a screen or two. And I have to kill that thing to get darkness back. I'm a little short. Okay, this is perfect. We're gonna rush this guy and then dash him. And since I have enough darkness here, I'll just go straight through here, throw out a Bounding Soul to kill that last one. Which brings us to this last room, which is really long and not too hard. Checkpoint for safety. This brings us to Polar Knight. So he's not too hard of a kill. I'm gonna jump up, throw... I meant to throw 2 souls there. Okay. That kill actually did not go as planned. He's fine.
Ooh, nice.
So, yeah. Bounding Soul, it's great. I love it. Alright, this is going to bring us to the final levels, where we're basically going to go through a cutscene here. Black Knight shows up once again, and then he's all like, hey, wait, Enchantress was Shield Knight the whole time. And then Specter Knight is all like, that makes me angry. And so now he's all like, I'm going to go kill her. So we're going to go to the final stages, which is going to use elements from pretty much every stage. We've got the Treasure Knight bubbles here. Pots from King Knight stage. And then lava from Mole Knight stage. Books from King Knight. You're supposed to use 2 books, but we only need 1 here. And then... Uh-oh. That's bad. Okay. I'll take the safe way through that room next time. I was supposed to jump up there, but I missed the timing. The safe way is to just rush this guy. Put you all the way up here. Brings you to these rats, which you can just kill them. Rush through this guy. Bringing you to the Crusher room. There's not a lot you can do to speed up this room. You just got to make the cycles. Rush here allows you to make that cycle, and then you can't really speed it up anymore at this point.
It is what it is.
Alright, this checkpoint for safety. I don't think I'll die here, but you never know. So this room is a lot easier than it looks. Just hold left. There is a faster way, but left is safe. And then Big Bertha returns, but she's not so bad this time. You can just do this. This brings us to the last auto-scroller of the game. Actually, elevators. Whatever. Auto-scroller, this one is actually kind of fun. Because you got traveling lanterns, and, you know, just have fun with it.
Let's get some hype for David.
Alright, I'm using a visual cue here to jump now. This is the final room. It's nothing. It's just rails and darkness. This is going to bring us to Black Knight 2, who is probably the hardest boss in the game. So,
Indeed he is.
yeah. So, first things first. Step here, knock him down. 1, 2, 1. Uh-oh. That's going off rails. Yeah, this is going off rails quick. Oh, I got him. Wait. Got him.
Yes.
That is such a hard boss. Like, I love when the quick kill goes off, but more often than not, I just love when I actually kill him without dying myself. Okay, this is going to bring us to the final stage of the game. Tower of Fate, question mark. But in my split file at home, I call this Tower of Hera. For anybody who plays Link to the Past, that's going to be obvious why I call it that in just a moment. Yeah, you got to wait for all these blocks. So, you know what? I don't want to do the hard work. I'm just going to dash up here and wait here. It's safer here. I like this spot. This last block, I'm going to let it hit me so I can rail through there. Those blocks are still there, which means I can rail off them, jump here. I don't want to do that room the normal way. Wait for the elevator, jump here. Yeah, the rail lets you just rail over these platforms. It's pretty useful like that. Jump again. I will grab this checkpoint for safety. Normally we skip it. So this brings us to Enchantress. I'm basically going to take a damage boost here. Slash 3 times, throw out 4 Bounding Souls. She'll start diving. And I got a really bad dive pattern there. So unfortunately I did not get many hits. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been.
Yes.
Alright, this is the final fight of the game. He's pretty easy casually, but kind of a nightmare in a speedrun, because you're going to be sliding on rails, and the rails are RNG. By the way, time is on the last hit. He has a few attacks that he does at specific points, so you're basically trying to do enough damage to skip a few phases. And didn't quite get it there, but he won't finish this attack.
Wow, nice reaction.
Unfortunately, I won't be skipping this one. That's too much. If you do things right, you can finish him on that attack right there. But it's really difficult to do. Time!
Yeah. Let's put some hype, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
So that's Specter Torment.
Nice. How do you feel about the run?
It was okay.
Yeah?
I was kind of hoping to be below 41 minutes.
Yeah.
41 minutes is the point at which the Shovel Knight community grants you the rank of Lich Lord.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
I felt like you did a pretty good job. Congratulations.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the audience thinks you did a pretty good job too, right, people? Let's hear it! Woo! So, David, how do you feel?
I feel all right. I'm kind of glad I got that over with.
Nice.
There you go. And I mean, honestly, Shovel Knight is one of the mainstays at NoReset. Like, it comes back every second event or so. And it's always a pleasure. I don't get tired of watching, especially, like, as far as auto-scrollers go, the last fight, the final boss fight, is very entertaining to watch, in my opinion. It's a great-looking game. If you have never played this game, go get it on Steam. It's not even, how much is it? Do you know how much it goes for on Steam?
I think it's like $20.
15, 20, like it hovers between those two amounts. But basically, just go and get it. Once again, thank you so much for being with us, David. It was a pleasure to have you run with us. And
Thank you for having me.
It was our pleasure. And stick around, everyone, because coming up next, we have more speedruns for you here at DreamHack Austin 2018. Our next run is going to be Donkey Kong 64. We're going to be doing any % all keys with Glorious Liar, who's actually getting set up right now. So give us a couple of minutes, and we'll be right back.